guys, we're back on the T-Bird today. We have a motor mount issue, of course. So this is the original 302 mount. So the motor mounts we got were supposed to fit. Of course they didn't fit. The motor sat way too low. It was on the oil pan. And the more research I did, it's like a two-piece mount for the one that puts the 385 series in the T-Bird or in the Torino, so it's supposed to be the same, but it had this piece. It has like a metal piece kind of similar to this that bolts to the engine, and then there's a big space, and then there's the rubber. So anyway, what we ended up doing was grinding the 4 rivets out of the 302 mount, and then we split this piece off. There was a piece on here that goes, it's got the hooks that go to the frame. We split that off, and then so we ended up just making some motor mounts. So that's the bottom piece off the 302, and then we did some heavy tubing. Let me see if I can show you guys that. Can't really see it. So yeah, we got heavy tubing right here behind that nut, and that goes through the motor mount I bought, which I'll put all the part numbers that I used if you want to do it this way. Like, I wasn't going to try to find a 2 or 3 year motor mount that's unobtainium and you just can't get it. So I just ended up making my own. There it is. I got the motor set where I want it. We did both sides. It worked out really well for what it is. The headers, I didn't have to ding them yet. Like, it's a little tight on the pan. This left side header kind of has to go in when the motor goes in. Like when the motor, before the motor's set down, it will be a whole lot easier to set that down in there. Because I ended up pulling the motor back out to get it in there. This side header, it's tight, but it has, you guys can't see. What if this light's messing us up? It does have, see, it's got space. I mean, that side looks like it's hitting, but it does have space. It has space all around it. All up in here, we have space. So the header doesn't really hit anywhere. For $1,000 for these headers, it's totally not worth it. Really disappointed with the headers. I mean, the fitment's kind of okay because it seems like every car is different and you kind of have to ding them and stuff like that, but I did have to move a brake line. I moved the brake line over here, right here, this brake line, which you guys can't see now. Let me see if I can put the light back on that. See that brake line? I had to bend it to get it away from the header. I mean, it looks like it's touching in this, but it's not. It's got plenty of room. I am very disappointed with because they said 460, blah, 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 blah. They fit this 460. They fit all 460s. But I do believe that these headers are for a Boss 429 or an aluminum headed 429 or something other than what they are. Because here's the issue. If you're looking at these manifold gaskets, these are the ones that came with the header. All right? And this is a factory 460 thing. And if you look at these, this thing is so much, look how high the stupid thing is. The port is like raised. Maybe the aluminum heads have a raised, or maybe the 429 is a raised runner. I'm thinking that's probably what it, but look at how big it is. It's massive, right? So here's a stock manifold. You have all this meat for the sealing surface of the gasket. Well, this thing is massive. It's so huge that it's way up there. It's like it's way up on here, right? Which is okay on the on that part of it. Let me pause you guys. I'm going to lower this car down. I want to show you what I'm talking about. You might not really be able to see it, but it's there. Okay, guys. So this is what I'm talking about. This flange is massively over the sealing surface of the head, and it's on all of them like that. It's massive. It's a huge amount. So if you look in there, you guys can't see it because the header is really tight now, but because it's on there. But this thing, it has like 1/8 of an inch of, maybe 3/16 of sealing surface left because this flange is gigantic. So I don't know. I'm going to try it, and if this keeps blowing out, I'm going to have to take a $1,000 set of headers off and probably throw them in the trash or just hang them on the wall. Because I'm going to have to go back to a manifold because this thing it's way too big. It's huge. I don't understand what the fuck they were doing. And it says it fits, you know? I mean, and now they're installed in the car. I wish I noticed it before, but I went and checked that gasket with some other heads I have, It is even worse. So, I mean, they cut it so close to the casting, it's got to be, the boss head must have a different size runner, or it's raised or something, exhaust runners, but something's different. But yeah, it's ridiculous, man. I hope that don't keep blowing header gaskets. I hope that's not the case. Or maybe I can take and drill these holes where all the bolts go a little bit bigger and maybe get it to drop down, because it seems like there's enough on the bottom but there's nothing on the top. But I mean, these things are a bitch to get in and out. You almost have to pull the motor out to get them in and out. It's really, you know, it's like, come on, man. So that's where we're at. Everything else, we made our motor mounts. The tranny mount's all good. I'll show you the tranny mount too, I guess. Like the radiator fits, no problem. Everything is good front to back. Left to right is good. Everything's good. So this is where we're at. I think I'm going to lose the intake that's a little bit higher. I have another intake that's the runners are lower. It's not a factory one because the lower factory one's real low. But I think I'm going to drop to the next intake because I don't really want to cut the hood on this car either. But I'm going to raise this back up. I'll show you guys the tranny cross member. Alright guys, here's the tranny cross member. So we're back in the same bolts we were before. Everything is exactly the same. There's the tranny mount, and that's in the same spot. Everything looks good front to back. My dual exhaust was kind of weird looking. You would have seen that in the first video. Well, it'll be the first video. But see, it's going to go right back to where it goes, right lined up with the header. I'll put the collector on there, and I'll have dual exhaust. Hopefully I don't have to pay nobody to do nothing. Same with this one. It's going to go right in here. And once I go, this is going to need to be fixed up a little bit, but it's a little too long. But we'll get the collector on there, and there we go, right back to our dual exhaust. And that's about it, guys. Other than the header not being, you know, the best. If it don't blow header gaskets, I'll be okay. I'll be happy. I just hope it doesn't keep blowing that shit out, because I'm gonna have to then we're gonna have to go to exhaust manifold and flat top pistons, high compression to make power, and then put an exhaust manifold on it. You know, that kind of sucks. I did all this stuff because they said these fit, and I mean, yeah, they do fit, but you know, it doesn't seal the port. So, I mean, do they fit? I don't know. Not really. So yeah, that's where we're at, guys. See ya. Okay, guys. So we pulled the headers out because when I bolted up the second side, it was even worse than the first side that I had bolted up. And this is the problem area right here. This is so much bigger than the stock. Like the cast iron intake is, I mean, the cast iron head is smaller than this opening. So you have no, like, it's trying to seal on just a very teeny bit edge of that thing, and it's going to blow out. So we pulled them out. We have exhaust manifolds now. So that's where we're at. Yeah, not crazy about that, but Summit's going to take them back, so I'm going to take them back. And then maybe I think I might buy the other set of these that is painted, and I'll weld this in. I'll weld this whole thing in and then remachine this flange so we can close it down some, so it doesn't just blow gaskets out. Or maybe I'm just going to leave the manifolds and take the horsepower hit. I'm trying to make horsepower and stuff with these motors. I don't know. I got a new fuel pump. I looked at a couple different ones. This is a cod or whatever it is. I don't know what it is with Ford. With, you know, they have 3/8 going in, and then it's 5/16 metal line. It's 5/16 coming out. I mean, that's shitty. 5/16 line coming out. I guess that's why 460s have 600 CFM carburetors on them. I don't know, but it's really tough. I just don't like it. It should be, you know, I don't know why you need a 5/16 line coming out. So if it runs out of fuel at high RPM, that's going to be the culprit. It's going to be fuel pump, probably. It's going to have fuel pump issues. Well, we're going to install that pump, fuel pump, and then we did pull the intake, which I'll show you guys also. I have the other intake over here. It's a lower intake compared to the other one. Let me pause for a minute. I'll put them side by side for you. Right, so here's the two intakes. You can see the height of that one compared to that one. So it's like 2.5. It's like a 2.5-inch difference. And that's where we got Ray here. Ray wants to be right in the mix. But Ray, no kisses, buddy. So yeah, that's a pretty big difference for height. So so I didn't want to cut the hood, so we lost our intake too. They're both, well, that's Torque 2, and that's Performer RPM. I don't know which one runs higher in the RPM. My cam's good for like 6,000, I think, so I don't know which one is the higher RPM. I gotta look that up. Torque 2, I don't know. Usually these are higher RPM manifold, but I'm not really sure, so I'm gonna have to look that up and just check to see which one runs a higher RPM, or are they the same? I don't know. We got to swap a vacuum port over, and we got to put some water outlet stuff in there, but that's about it. So, yeah. Okay, guys. I'll bring you back once I get that fuel pump installed, and once I get the car lowered down. We're going to set this intake on and kind of see what it looks like. I didn't get any answer on the forum, on the Thunderbird forum, as far as that intake manifold or that intake and what hits the hood and what don't. The cars I do see on there with the 429s have a big hole cut in the hood. So I don't really want to do that. And I didn't do it in the past on the swaps I did a long time ago because I was running the factory 4-barrel intakes, which the factory 4-barrel cast iron intake is even lower than this thing. So it's just lower and lower and lower. So I don't, I'm not going to put one of those on there. Yeah. Maybe this car should have been an LS swap. Alright guys, I'll bring you back. Hey guys, we're back with T-Bird. I got that lower intake manifold on there. It is a higher RPM. It's a 2,000 to whatever it is, 6,000, 6,500, whatever. It's a single plane instead of a dual plane. So it'll hurt the bottom a little, but I don't think it's going to matter with this thing. Or at least it won't matter too much. As long as I can fit the hood on there, I guess I really don't care. We got a distributor in. We're manifolds now. Like I said that in the last piece of video that I was doing, because this is carried on over days and days now with this header situation. So we got manifolds on there. They look okay. I'm not crazy about it, but I'm not going to talk about that no more. We got a distributor in. Our valve covers are on. Carburetor's just set on there. Got a little bit of stuff to check out. I think we're good on that though. That's going to be okay. We're going to put our vacuum port T in there. We have our water outlet. We're cleaning up our coil and the bracket to put on there. So I'll put that on next. It's going to go right over here. So that's going to go right there on that bolt. So we'll have our factory bracket. We'll group these wires up somehow, make them look clean. We got our throttle cable working. I don't know how I'm going to do the solenoid for the bump up, because I do want the cruise on this back on this car. So I got to find a Lincoln with the correct bracket for that vacuum thing that goes with the chain to go to this thing, and then we'll have cruise. We'll have everything we're supposed to have back. That's about it. I think that's kind of where we're at. Almost ready to go. We did our power steering stuff. That's all set. The AC's hooked back up. It's got to be back down and all that. Probably put new seals in it. These are the plugs for the cruise control. Those are just going to sit there for now. I think that's about it. Everything is, we're almost ready to go. We're almost ready to start this thing. So hopefully within the next few days we'll have it running. At least, do the trial by fire. The first 20 minutes of running at $2,000 and see if the cam lobes make it, or if they roll them over, or who knows what's going to happen. I have low expectations, so I won't be disappointed, I guess, if something happens. Hopefully not, but we'll see what happens. We'll go from there. That's the AC kick-up that goes on that carburetor. I'm just going to tuck that underneath for now, because that bracket goes right here on this corner for that electric solenoid. It's going to interfere with all this stuff, so I don't know. Maybe we just don't use it. Maybe we make a new bracket. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah. But that's about it. We got a fan installed. Everything's good to go with the fan. The AC pump, I don't know where I left you guys off. So if I'm repeating, that's why. We got a thermostat outlet on. Our hoses are on. We got to do a bypass hose, and that's about it. We cleaned up our wiring harness. We're starting to lose our Ford stuff. Where it says Ford and all that with the part number. It's going away. It kind of sucks, but it's not going to last because I actually drive this car, so it is what it is, I guess. It kind of sucks to see the original stuff go away, but you know, well, what can you do? What can you do? So yeah, that's where we're at. That's about it, I guess. I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to put that coil on right there with the bracket over here, and then I'll bring you guys back and show you what I did. Okay guys, we're working on the exhaust. We I don't know if you guys, it's probably on the other video or one of these, or in this video, it'll be somewhere. But anyway, the headers originally came here and everything was going to work out perfect. Now that we're on the manifolds, we had to make some pipes down from the manifold. That does have space. It is close. Yes, it is. So, but we did make a nice pipe. Goes all the way back into our regular stuff that we had from before. So this is what we're doing. Some fab today. We got, and I'm using up all my shorts and scraps and stuff like that. So we made that, and then we were short here, so we ended up adding another piece. So I'm probably going to get to an exhaust shop when I can find like a decent one, and have them redo all this. They're not terrible looking, but you know, I don't know. Maybe it's permanent. How do they say? Temporary permanent. It doesn't look terrible, so I'm okay with it. I just don't like all these pieces, but this is what I got, so this is what I'm using. Because I'm not sure if we're going to try to buy another set of headers. We did this side already. Man, that light. There we go. So we did weld all this done. Those are ugly, because I can't see what I'm doing no more. But they won't leak. So what do we call them? What do we call ugly welds? Strong! Yeah, these are strong. But anyway, so yeah, we're all set. On this side also, so we'll have exhaust. I did that coil thing. I'll show you that once I bring you guys back. So here's our update. I do have to make one bracket for the shifter. I cannot find, there's a bracket here that goes on here and it holds this thing for the shifter. And I cannot find that bracket for the life of me, because I think it had the rod thing that went to the frame, or it was like, you know, the metal rod, not a cable, because all this came out of that van. This transmission came from the van. And yeah, man, we're almost ready. So yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm gonna have to make something for this. It is hooked up, but I need a bracket to capture this. And then, that's it. I'm gonna drop this down right now, if I can. I'm gonna try to weld all this. I don't know if we can. I might have to weld some of it and then put this piece back in and re-weld the rest of it. Wish I didn't tack it so much now, but it is what it is. All right, guys. See ya. Oh, we got our other exhaust pipe all set. So we cleaned this one up a little bit. So this one, not so ugly. So yeah, we're good. We got to figure out a shifter. This 1-ton stuff is different, I guess. So the shifter, instead of being on the bottom, which you have to, I don't know, on FMX you have to switch you have to take the whole valve body out to switch this piece. It needs to be up on top because this is a pull, not a push, so everything's backwards. Or we're just going to make a strip of metal that comes up, holds this at the right thing, so when it pulls this way, it shifts down this way. So I might just do that instead of getting into this whole let's pull the valve body out thing, because it's a brand new transmission and Ford stuff. So I don't know if I want to do Ford stuff. I might just make a bracket. We'll call it a day. That's probably what's going to happen. And I think that's it for down here. I'll show you guys up top. We got our coil mounted the other day, yesterday. So that's, we gotta tighten it, but yep. Get that. We did the small cap conversion, which I really like. That's the small cap. It's instead of that big 2-piece deal, you got a 1-piece. And it's a lot better. I just like it. It's a lot cleaner looking. Plus it's not massive, you know? It's not, like, look at that thing. So it's almost like the same size as the points cap, but it has that, the right spark the right thing for your wires on it already. The HEI, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's pretty neat. I like those, and I have the. So this is the part number. This is it's a blue streak, whatever. It is a, turn it the right way, FD311. And the cap, that was also a standard cap, and it's an AL482. And I do believe these were for International Scout or something, or AMC something or other. Might have been AMC. I don't remember because I just I had those part numbers written down. These caps do fit right on the Ford, factory Ford distributors. The aftermarket Cardone ones, they fit on this flange really tight. The Cardone distributor on the aluminum, they must not finish them as well on the machining. So it's really, you got to push it down pretty good to get them to go on there. Or just like I did, I just sanded around the outside edge real quick, and it fits right on there, no problem. I still did keep it on the snugger side, but yeah. And that's that, guys. I mean, we got our hoses. I'm waiting on the bypass down there, and then we'll get antifreeze, and then we're ready to run. We have exhaust, we have antifreeze. Once we get coolant, I'm gonna do a power steering line return, and this thing's ready to go. For the most part, I think. All right, guys. See ya. All right, guys. We got our exhaust on. We got our coil mounted. Everything's ready to go. We put water in it. We got 5 quarts of ATF down. We're gonna put some gas in the carburetor. Fuel system's all hooked up. We're gonna hook up the loser switch. We're gonna fire this thing up and attempt to break that cam in. We're gonna turn the idle up first because it wants to be at, I don't know, they're saying like 1500 to 3000 varying RPM for 20 minutes or whatever it is. So we're gonna turn up that idle. Make sure it's high enough. We got to block off some vacuum stuff still. I think we're ready to go. We got some power steering fluid in it. We may have to just shut it down for a minute to check transmission fluid and all that, because I can't just, I don't want to keep revving the thing if it's got no tranny fluid in it. It says 10 quarts with the torque converter. It's got a smaller converter than that big factory one, so I don't know. We're at 5 quarts in it now. I fire it up for 5 minutes or something. We'll just fire it up just to see if we fire it up, and then let it sit for a minute, and we'll check everything, and then we'll go from there. Maybe might do that because I don't like just ripping on it, because it's kind of trial by fire with these things. I'm breaking that cam in, and they love to roll lobes over these days. I guess that's a thing now, and I don't want rolled over lobes. Got a massive glare off that windshield. If I put you guys over here. There we go. No, now we got to glare off the valve. How about that? There we go. Yeah, so we're going to do some vacuum stuff. We'll get this stuff taken. Look at that little cap. I like that little cap. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, these are our vacuum plugs. We're going to stick some of these on. We have a bunch of open ports. We're going to stick some of those on there. We have a tree in the back that's got, a whole bunch of them. Don't go anywhere. I don't know why I had so many on the 302, but this thing doesn't really, I don't know, unless it's all for that air pump and all that shit. This is that tree off the 302. Maybe it's, because of all that mission stuff. I don't like these, they fit kind of loose. That's all we got. I cranked it to get the timing set. I set it with a light when I was cranking. Should be around 12. I'm sure we'll have to touch it. We did prime it, which I used a 8mm or whatever that is. Yeah, 8mm on my cordless. You just got to make sure you don't drop this thing. It doesn't fall off, and because then your life is going to be miserable if you drop that thing. Yeah. All right, we got our thing. We just put our thing on there. We're going to run this over to the other side. Hopefully, oh yeah, we'll turn the key on. We'll have that. I'm going to get a light over here so we have a light so we can check things. Yeah. Okay, here we go with the light. That'll take quite a bit more. We got 2 gallons of antifreeze in there, a gallon of water so far. It's still pretty low. It doesn't seem to be pouring out on the ground. I don't want to fill it to the top because as it warms up, it keeps overflowing the radiator. And then it ends up in the fan and it ends up flying all over you. That looks pretty good. I'm going to stick with that for now. We'll check the oil again. Oil was full. It should still be full. Hasn't gone anywhere. Got a little rub over there. Can't read it. I did put the additive. I did, what's the name of that oil? VR1, and then I did an additive also. Yeah, we're right at the top of the sink, so we're perfect. Absolutely perfect. Then we filled the filter. Okay, I think we're ready to go, guys. We're gonna pour some gas in it. I think I'm gonna fire for a minute. I got 5 quarts of tranny fluid in there. I might fire for a minute. Add another 3. That's gonna put 8. Should I just add some now? I'm not sure on that. I don't like running things empty. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. So. Pouring this all over the place. That should be enough, I think. At least there's something in the bowl. I'm really not sure about that transmission. I don't know how this is going to go. It's probably going to start right up because I already kind of timed it. I mean, it should just go. Should just go. I don't know if I want to keep starting and stopping though either. I want to. Well, we'll fire it up. We'll check for oil pressure. Make sure we have oil pressure. It should have its own fuel at that point. We'll gun it a couple times because that's, you know, everybody likes to rip right on them right from the get-go. We'll check antifreeze. I mean, we'll check. Yeah, we'll check oil pressure. We'll check the water after it runs for a second. We'll make sure we're at least 1500 RPM, and then we'll shut it down. And we'll go from there. All right, guys, here we go. This is a first start, brand new motor. Pretty stressful shit here. I always get nervous doing this. Oh, we gotta turn the key on. Won't run without the key turned on. All right, here we go. Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, dang, that was really quick. It doesn't want to stay running. Well. Seems like timing. What do you guys think? This way? That sounds. Is it more? Are we going the wrong way? I don't like the way it sprays gas all over your hand either. Seems worse. Let's try the other way. work in the right direction. I'm so paranoid of fire, and this thing sprays gas on your hand when you. Smoke coming out of somewhere. I feel something. Oh, dang it! We flipped our belt over. Oh, steering belt is getting eaten for some reason. I don't know why. And that carburetor is leaking. That's not good. See how that's. I don't think that's because I have the idle turned up either. That's not a good sign there. The float must be too high, slightly. I don't know what's going on with our belt, but it looks like it's flipped. Our belt got flipped over somehow. It got like flipped upside down or something. I think that belt is ruined. It almost seems like, oh, that's what happened. Well, that belt got ruined. We're going to cut the power steering belt off because we killed it. I put it under, when I put that belt on, evidently one side of it was under one of the bolt heads where it goes through. It's under the bolt head. So, we're down a belt. We're going to cut it off because we ruined it. Man, I can't believe I put that under that bolt head. It chewed that fucking belt like immediately, like right now it chewed it. And it's stuck in there. And it's stuck in there. Why is it stuck in there? Did it get wrapped around? Probably. Yeah, it doesn't want to come out of there, guys. How are we gonna get that belt out of there? I don't want to have problems with other belts. And that's the shitty belt, because you're going to take all the belts off to get that belt out of there. There we go. There's our belt. Look, it got that bolt head. I had it on the wrong side of the bolt head on the bracket, and it just ate that thing. That's why it's so smoky. On top of old Smoky over here. All right, is this thing just going to start and run or what? I don't know. Well, now that we're off, I guess I'll check. The radiator looks so-so. We'll add a little bit. That should have been long enough to pump some tranny fluid around. So I'm going to check tranny fluid and make sure we're full of everything. And then we're going to open the door and get some of the smoke out. We're going to fire it up again. All right, guys, we're going to add another 3 of transmission fluid. Oil was okay. I put a little bit more water in it. Was idling okay? I'm really surprised it started up pretty good. Kind of figured it would, but it's always nice when they fire up. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. They're pretty decent. It sounded okay. I'm not. We'll adjust float bowls and everything once we can get this thing running and actually start tuning it. They're a little high for now. It is what it is. I'll fix it later. Just trying to get through the cam break-in. I really hate cam break-in because you're pretty much starting a new motor and just rip. Varying RPM and all that other bullshit. But I mean, it needs to be done or whatever. But 20 minutes seems to be a long time. is how it goes. We looked underneath, there's no leaks. I'll take another quick look. I think we're in pretty good shape. I didn't see any huge puddles under there. Will I open this next one? We'll take a quick look. Yeah, we got no puddles under there. Kind of sucks we chewed that belt. I'm bummed about the belt. Brand new belt. Can't believe I put it on the wrong side of that bolt. Ate that thing up immediately. Hopefully we don't have any more belt problems. Everything else looks okay. We got oil in there now. We should be good enough to run for 20 minutes. Or we'll stop again. If I have to stop again, I'll stop again. I don't want to burn stuff up. I don't know if that timing might be too far advanced now. We'll see what happens. Alright, we need a key on. Hopefully no more chunks come flying out of there. Alright guys, here we go again. See, I don't like the way that sprays at you. Probably didn't need to do that either because it's been leaking. It did stop leaking, so I'm pretty sure it's a high float set. But here we go. Well, we got good oil pressure. Everything seems to be good. Hear any weird noises? That's what it sounds like from the back now. Hell yeah, guys. We're gonna, I don't know if you guys can see anything in there anyway. Probably not. All right, guys, we're gonna shut it down. I'll bring you back. Guys, we're on Thunderbird again. We had to make a bracket real quick for the shifter because everything is different on Ford, and I didn't realize that there were. I know the shifting arms are different. These are different. The shifting arms. So if it's a 4-shift and a column shift, sometimes they're different on this here, and you can't just take that nut off and change it. There's a nut back there. You can't see it now because I covered it over, but there's a nut back there. You can't just take it off and change the arm normally. You have to take the whole valve body apart. So we need, for this shifter cable to work, it can't be down here because it's backwards, so it needs to be up above. So we made this bracket. We did the geometry measurement off of the FMX. I don't know how awesome. I just need it to work for now until I can find the right pieces. And then that bracket we made is for this. It goes on these 2 bolts on the bell housing. The FMX is flat this way, so this is totally different. That's what we made that bracket for. And move this light around. There we go. So that's what we made that curved bracket for. And then it'll bolt to this to hold it. And then that goes to the shifting arm, which we might slot this bolt here if we need to adjust it. some, you know, to get the right position, because it just shifts that way. And hopefully that gets us by, at least for now. I don't want to put a floor shift in the car. I want column shift. I didn't realize Ford was, they have different everything. Instead of just making one thing, they got to have 9 different things. I don't know why they just don't make them all the same, but I don't have this piece that goes here. So we made one. Hopefully I can find the right stuff later on to make this. I mean, I'm sure this is going to work, but, you know, I want drive where drive is supposed to be and all that, you know. So we'll see what happens. But if I can get reverse and drive, I don't really care. It's not a hot rod. As long as it works and it works good, then I'm okay with it. That's about it. We're going to go from there. See ya. Alright guys, here's our finished product. So there's our bracket that we made. Let me move this light around. There's our bracket that we made. That's our small block power steering pump bracket. It fits these two both on the bell housing perfect, and it even has the right angle in it. That little step down thing is perfect. So we made that piece. It goes down to this, and then it's on that swing arm deal. So this was the pivot, and from this pivot to there it needs to be 1 3/4 to match the FMX. It seems to be working okay. It's ugly, but I mean, I guess it's not that ugly, but I don't know. I'm going to try to find the right pieces, but this is going to get us by for now. We don't have a whole lot of time in it, so I kind of like it. Yeah, I don't know why Ford makes so many different things. Like, this is column shift. It should have been okay. We got our O2 bung welded in, so we'll have our O2 sensor for our AFR gauge. And that's about it. I'll bring you guys back. See you. Okay, guys, we're gonna take it for our first rip here. Here we are. What do we have in mileage? We're at 12,155 on this car now, and it's not 112 either. Yeah, here we go, man. We're gonna go. There's our 460 out there. We got our Ford CB. If we break down, we'll call somebody who cares. Probably not. Yeah, there's our door panel. We had to fix the window motor, so that's apart. And here we go, guys. Well, fire right up. Yeah, buddy. The good oil pressure. You guys can see that. There we go. How far we're going to get on that gas. Probably run out right away. Oh, we got to grab our 4-barrel things blowing away. That little gasket for the air cleaner. Grab that real quick. I don't want to blow that off on the road. Hopefully everything stays okay here. This is really dirty, man. I got to neaten all this shit up and put the hood back on, but we need to take this thing for a rip. We need to try our shifter also. This cam is a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's supposed to be like tame. It's actually got some rumble to it. It's got a little rumble to it. I don't know if I can be able to hold you guys or not. All right, there's reverse. Wow, that stall converter is something else, boys. We ain't got no power steering yet either, because I think chewed up that belt, so we lost our shit. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't feel too bad. It's a little off. Ooh, that's a nasty stall. It wasn't supposed to be that much stall in that. Might have to put you guys down periodically so I can turn this bitch. Everything feels okay. Doesn't feel bad. Sorry, you guys are gonna get bounced around. And I should have brought a mount. I didn't bring one with me. We don't have anything in this car. Temperature's coming up. Oil pressure is fantastic. There's second. There's third. We got all 3 gears. That's nice. We don't have kick down yet. I got to put that thing on the carburetor. Speedometer seems off. I don't know. Maybe that's 40. This does have a different gear in the transmission. We're pulling into John's. You guys know John. He's got the other bird. He likes this car. Look at him. Look at him. Can you guys see him? Look at his face. Look at his face. Now that's a happy. Look at this guy. He loves these T-birds, boy. He loves them. Right, well, we made it to John, so we went, I don't know, 1/4 mile or so. We're going to see how it goes. John, you want to go for a rip? Jump in here. We're going to take John for a ride. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go for now. But that's our first ride. See ya.